Right now by Joel Rubin, the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for the Obama administration. Thanks so much again for being with us, Joel. Now, Austin and Blinken visiting Zelensky, then Blinken saying that it is safe for U.S. diplomats to return to Ukraine. Is this sending a mixed message with millions of people displaced and living as refugees right now?
Adrienne, this is a great moment for American diplomacy, certainly to demonstrate, first and foremost, that the United States is fully backing Ukraine and its sovereignty. And so to your question, I think that this demonstrates that we're in it for the long haul. And so the ongoing humanitarian catastrophe that Vladimir Putin has unleashed without any provocation, that is unfolding, and that is horrifying. But by being there on the ground, our diplomats are going to enable themselves and enable the United States to better deal with that. And so this is a practical move, and it's also a strong symbolic move to demonstrate the United States is not going to waver in its support for Ukraine.
In terms of the aid that has just been announced, is this part of the original multi-billion-dollar funding, or is this an addition?
What we're seeing right now is a combination. On the military supply, we're seeing the United States release significant sums of dollars and significant amounts of equipment from our supplies, from our defense stocks. We're also seeing funds that were appropriated recently by Congress, nearly $14 billion being moved out the door. Roughly $3 billion has been provided to Ukraine just since February 24th on the military side. And so this is all moving forward. There are tons of pots of money, so to speak, within the U.S. government. And so these are continuing to unfold, especially with refugee resettlement as well. That's going to be expensive. It's going to require funds that were already appropriated, as well as probably additional funds as the program continues to unfold.
I'm going to ask you about something that has been reported multiple times now, but just not really talked about too much. Reports that Putin plans on ending the war in Ukraine on May 9th, the anniversary of Germany's surrender in World War II. There are talks of a victory parade. Could this be possible, and what would Putin need to accomplish in order to declare victory?
It's a great question. It's been talked about quite extensively now behind the scenes in the national security community about this date. Dates are symbolic. Dates are impactful. And for Russia, potentially for Putin, he understands that this is a strategic defeat for him in his bigger aims, that he may be able to slice off a chunk of eastern Ukraine. He may be able to destabilize the country. He may be able to get 10 million plus civilians running for their lives, but he's not going to take over Ukraine. And so to declare some kind of victory, some kind of limited military objective achieved, to tell his people it was worth it when it really wasn't, that may be in the back of his mind, but it's anyone's guess as to what really is in Vladimir Putin's mind. Certainly, this could also be a dodge to try to lower our guard, so to speak, and reduce the unity against him. But that reduction is not going anywhere. And we even saw from the French elections that unity is strong, that Europe wants to reject this kind of authoritarian aggression. And so May 9th, keep an eye on it, but don't hold your breath that that's the end of the war.
Zelensky has warned that for Russia, this is just the beginning. He's been saying repeatedly that Russia will try to invade other countries. Any indication that that could be possible?
Well, he's already taken over Belarus, essentially. Belarus, although not in this latest episode, but over the past couple of years, and now Belarus is a full participant alongside Russia in the invasion. And there are other countries. Moldova is nearby, not a NATO member. There are concerns about whether or not they could be hit. The Finns, the Swedes, they want to become members of NATO because they're worried as well. So it's anyone's guess. And I think that President Zelensky is right to raise those alarm bells to keep people aware that Vladimir Putin is not to be trusted, and that his aggression against the eastern flank of NATO is real, and it will be persistent. And so that's why he's rallying so aggressively, not just support for him, but also the overall support for the idea of pushing back against Russian aggression into Europe.
Joel, thank you so much again for being with us. We appreciate your insights.
Happy to do it.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.